Okay, so hey guys, here's part three for what if Goku was a reincarnation of Majin Buu. So this is gonna be a bit of a short part as I like it's really late and I've recorded like the first two parts like at the same time, and I've literally recorded all these parts at the exact same time. So I've spent like almost an hour recording this series right now. So I have to go sleep. I have limits. So here's the third part for what if Goku was a reincarnation of Majin Buu. So what happens now is we see basically Goku and Vegeta are Cumber and Broly springing out into battle, and it's a really tough battle. Vegeta had actually managed to close the gap between him and Goku significantly due to the Super Saiyan God transformation. And just before anyone complains, just imagine like the gap between Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan God is really high. And like it's a big difference. Like it's probably like 1,000 times difference, and like ideally. So the fact that Vegeta had gotten this form while training with someone like Cumber, who in this basically is non-canon, so I can make him as strong as I want him to be. But like let's say Cumber is like Broly tier, and remember Broly is as strong, like Broly is extremely powerful on top of this. So like basically Cumber is about like around Dragon Ball Super, like mid Dragon Ball Super, like I would say around maybe around Topo, like Destroyer, like that's about Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 level. That's how strong Cumber is at this point in time. So basically, yeah, just imagine that like Cumber is an actual menace. So Vegeta had been trained and beaten by this guy like for the last like 3 years. So and to be fair though, Goku hasn't used his full capabilities yet either, and he hasn't reached his potential unlocked state. As Vegeta and Goku have a battle, and they're actually decently matched, but Goku is obviously stronger since Goku can regenerate, and yeah, Goku is still in his base form, so he's not having stamina issues, which makes Vegeta realize he's gonna have to turn up the power, as he then shouts out and says, "Behold, the power of a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan," as he then reaches his Super Saiyan Blue state, as he then says, "You are beholding a form that has transcended that of the legendary Super Saiyan God. What is your reply, Kakarot?" As basically Vegeta and Goku is actually at the back foot in his base form against Vegeta. As basically Vegeta didn't know that Goku had that much power after this, as Vegeta underestimated how strong Goku could possibly go. As Goku then says, "That's a nice flex, Vegeta, but behold my full capabilities." As Goku then reaches his potential unlocked state, which dramatically overpowers Vegeta, as Vegeta is knocked on the ground easily, and Vegeta realizes that Goku is a gap that he simply cannot catch up to. While, on the other hand, Broly is getting beaten by Cumber. Like Cumber is in his base form and he's molly-whopping Broly. Broly reaches his Ikari, but this is still not enough, as Cumber's power level just keeps rising and rising and rising and multiplying, as he says, "I am a legend for a reason." As Cumber then says, "Worry not, I know how to unlock your power," as he shoots a blast through Paragus' heart, as Paragus dies on the spot, as Broly's eyes get blank. His mind is blank. He thinks of one thing: to kill Cumber, as his power level skyrockets, multiplies, increases, until he reaches the Super Saiyan transformation, and he says, "I'll kill you for that." As Broly starts attacking Cumber, hitting him, striking him like any way that he can, but Cumber is so strong, as Cumber then reaches his Super Saiyan transformation, as Cumber is about tied with Broly at this state, as Kamba is laughing and says, "Now this is a challenge. You grow as I grow," as Kamba then says. But as basically Goku realizes that Broly is at the back foot because Kamba has one more transformation, Super Saiyan 2, as Goku realizes that he has to do something about this. So basically Kamba can't use Super Saiyan God the way Vegeta uses it at the moment, because he's been asleep for 1,000 years. Like, the God Key is absorbed in all his transformations basically, but it will take a significant push for Kamba to unlock it. As now Goku and Broly start fighting against Kamba, and Kamba gets put on the back foot, and he uses his Super Saiyan 2 transformation, and Goku and Broly fight with all their might. They strain themselves. Goku has to use all the abilities he has: cloning, spirit fission, his rapid regeneration, everything, to do anything he can against Kamba. And that's still not enough, as Kamba then says, "I've not had this much fun in ages," as Kamba then does something that solidifies the end of this fight, as Kamba then reaches Super Saiyan God, as he says, "Behold my epitome," as he then knocks Goku to the ground and Broly to the ground, as they're both knocked out. They're defeated utterly, as Kamba then smiles and says, "Now, time to end this," as Kamba opens his mouth, removes his mask, as a ki blast ensues from Kamba's mouth, hitting Goku and erasing him destroying Goku. Like, Goku literally gets, his body gets destroyed from this blast, as everyone is shocked, as they think this is how Goku's gonna end, as Kamba starts beating up Broly, stomping him, breaking his arms, breaking his legs, leaving Broly on the ground, a battered mess. As if this was a normal what if, Goku would have been long dead from this attack. But as we see, one cell of Goku remains, filled with will and the sheer motivation to defeat Kamba, as we see all the knowledge from Majin Buu that had been absorbed ever since the beginning of time had culminated into Goku's existence. As we see time pass, Goku going through all the knowledge of Majin Buu, absorbing all this energy, the power, the God Key that Majin Buu had, all the techniques, the abilities of everyone he had absorbed in him, of the Supreme Kais, of the Grand Kais, as then Goku gradually starts to reform using his Majin abilities, as he then becomes whole again, as he looks at Kamba and says, "I have come up with a way to defeat you, and thanks to you, I have overcome my Saiyan biology, as it's fully integrated with my Majin abilities." As Goku then turns into basically does what Majin Buu does, and wraps his essence around Broly, and then absorbs him into his body, as Goku says, "Well, this was nice, but now let's end this, why don't we?" As Goku then finishes absorbing Broly, as he then opens his eyes and says, "Call me Broku," as Goku then roars out with the power of the legendary Super Saiyan and that of his Majin and Super Saiyan God abilities, as he now looks at Kamba and says, "We're ending this right now," as Goku fiercely fights against Kamba. As remember, Goku didn't get buffed by this but he wasn't buffed, he didn't unlock anything new per se. He just mastered his Super Saiyan God Key, and on top of this, he got a Zenkai boost. But by combining with Broly, he becomes a whole different beast, as he then pummels Kamba, beats him to the ground, knocks him down, as Kamba is a significant threat, as Goku then says, "This was a technique that the Grand Supreme Kai used a long time ago to seal Majin Buu and to take away the powers of an enemy." As Goku then, using the powers of the Kais, shouts out, and uses all his energy and seals Camber inside and his own copy of a Z sword. As now all Camber's power and energy is sealed into this Z sword, as Goku then lodges it in the ground, never to be touched again, for he knows that once Camber is released, a foe would have arisen. So now Vegeta realizes the error of his ways, and he realizes that the only way he will succeed is by following the good path, as he decides to be humble and train under Goku. As he mellows out and becomes a nicer person overall, Broly and Goku continue to train and become more powerful. And I would say around 4 years pass, and they all get significant gains. Goku masters the Super Saiyan God transformation. Broly gets to the point where he masters his Super Saiyan form and even unlocks the legendary Super Saiyan 2 transformation, while Vegeta manages to go further than Super Saiyan Blue and goes to Super Saiyan Blue evolution, while making his base countless, multiple times stronger than before. And now, around this time, is due to the sudden amount of strong powers popping up, a purple cat's sleep is interrupted as he opens his eyes and says, "Whis, what has been going on while I've been asleep?" As Whis says, "Oh well, Beerus, you're awake. There's a lot I have to tell you." As Whis says, "Remember that margin that you forgot to destroy? Well, it might just come back to haunt you." As that's where I'll leave this pod now for today. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good day. Bye.